now action.
Okay guys, welcome to our weekly toolbox meeting. As you know, I'm your OH&S guy, Omer. Welcome. And I'm going to be presenting a little bit on something that we traditionally don't bring up for safety, but it's going to be proper seating. Okay, so as you guys are kind of sitting right now, look at yourselves. Think, am I sitting correctly? Am I sitting in correctly? Did you ever think that sitting in properly could be a risk factor for a hazard? Well, it could be. But there is no single body position that is recommended for sitting. Every worker can sit comfortably by adjusting the angles of their hips, knees, ankles, and elbows. The followings are generally recommendations because every person's body is different. Occupational changes beyond given ranges are acceptable and sometimes beneficial. Keep the joints such as hips, knees, and ankles open slightly more than 90 degrees. Keep knee joints at or below the hip joints. Keep ankle joints in front of the knees. Keep a gap the width of 3 fingers between the back of the knee joint and the front edge of the chair. Keep feet flat on the floor or on a footrest. As you can see, there's a diagram up in the presentation, so it kind of gives you a guideline of how you should be sitting. It's not plausible to sit like that, like 100%, but just a generalization of being in the angles will do. Keep the upper body within 30 degrees of an upright position. Keep the lumbar support of the back rest in your lumbar region around the waistband. Always keep the head aligned with the spine. Keep upper arms between vertical and 20 degrees forward. Keep elbows at an angle between 90 and 120. And keep forearms between horizontal and 20% up. Support the forearms. It's key to always support the forearms. Always rest them at a 90. Have them in that position because then you won't be working your muscles as much. Keep the wrists straight and aligned with the forearms. Place the working object so that it can be seen at a viewing angle of 10% to 30% below the line of sight. So you want to do that so you're not putting any strain on your neck, that you're not looking from side to side, you're not looking too far up, so that you're basically a view of what you're looking at. Keep shoulders low and relaxed. Keep elbows tucked in. Tuck chin in and don't bend forward when looking down and forward. Change positions frequently, but remain within recommended ranges. Alternate cross legs. Avoid bending to the side. Avoid bending forward. Do not slouch. Do not sit for more than 50 minutes at a time. That doesn't mean when 50 minutes is up that you can get up and go home and you're done your day of work because 50 minutes is too long. No, it means get up, do a stretch. There'll be a few videos in the presentation later that will demonstrate that, what you can do. So what is a neutral posture or balanced position? Basically, it is gravity constantly exerts a downward force on our bodies, parts of our body in contact with supporting structures, the seat of chairs, armrests, floors, etc. will feel pressure from the structure to balance this force. Parts of our bodies that are not in contact with the supporting structure will use muscles, tendons, and ligaments to balance the force of gravity. With an upward force of their own, the body position that has the highest strength to handle the pressure felt by the supporting structure while causing the least amount of strain on the muscles, tendons, or ligaments is called the neutral or balanced position. So essentially that sounds really complicated, but if you're standing, and if I'm standing like this, raised and straight, looking forward, arms down, that's my neutral position for standing. If I'm sitting, it's sitting at a 90. Your knees, your body, same thing with your hands at a 90, right? Your head facing forward, that's the neutral. That way, if you're sitting or standing in that position, which we're focusing on sitting, that puts the least amount of pressure on your body, so it doesn't overwork your muscles. So why is there so much fuss being made about sitting? Well, basically, injuries resulting from sitting from long periods are a serious occupational health and safety problem. A lot of people overlook it because they just think that sitting is simple, that you can do it all day, that you're not lifting, there's no stress. But actually, sitting jobs require less muscular effort, but that does not exempt people from the injury risks usually associated with more physical demanding tasks. For example, clerks, electronics, assembly line employees, and data entry operators who work in a sitting position also suffer back pain, muscle tenderness, and aches. In fact, reports of varicose veins, stiff necks, and numbness in the legs are more common among seated employees than among those doing heavier tasks. In addition, sedimentary time has been found to be associated with health effects such as metabolic syndrome, including diabetes, heart disease, and poor mental health. So I'm going to show a little bit of a video here for you guys to watch so you can kind of understand, and like I stated before, it'll kind of help you with figuring out what you can do when you're sitting for a long position.
Throughout history, humans spend most of their time moving about. But now, more and more, we find ourselves sitting, which is not necessarily a good thing. Today, office workers spend hours slouched over and hunched into chairs, moving minimally. Even after finishing work, we continue our everyday lives on the couch. That is, if we're even able to continue it on at all. Despite the spinal, body weight related, and cardiovascular problems caused by unhealthy postures. It's been shown that people with sitting jobs have twice the rate of cardiovascular disease as people with standing jobs. In fact, a recent medical journal study showed that people who sit for most of their day are 54% more likely to die of a heart attack. Even if you dedicate a lot of time to staying fit, the time you spend sitting is still far greater than what's healthy for your body. Even 1 hour of daily sports can't compensate for 11-hour sitting sprees. So, what can you do? Paying attention to your posture is the real key to a healthier life in the office. But be careful, not all sitting solutions are equal. Forcing your spine into a rigid, upright position in just any old chair creates more stress on your vertebrae. It's important to know some basics about good sitting posture before you adjust yourself. First, you should consider what type of chair you're sitting on. If you choose passive sitting with back support, then make sure your feet are comfortably resting. Try not to cross your legs. That can restrict circulation. And don't lean far forward or backward. That can crimp your nerves and restrict blood flow. Even rocking back and forth in your chair can help, and recent research has shown that this minor act of balancing boosts your ability to concentrate. Or consider an active sitting alternative where your body's doing more of the work. Just 2 hours a day of active sitting has health benefits such as improved core strength and burning calories. To get yourself into better shape at the office, you'll need to interrupt your sitting at least once every 30 minutes. You don't even have to do gym exercises to get moving. Get up and do some simple lunges, calf raises, and shoulder shrugs to loosen up your joints, relieve tension, and stretch your muscles. Take advantage of every chance you have to move your body. One day, what we think of work will be completely different, and the workplace may well be a far more ergonomic and active place for your body. But until then, you can promote your well-being and boost your energy levels by simply paying more attention to your body during the workday.
So that was the video, so hopefully that will help you guys with better understanding and maybe something that you can do during the day if you are sitting for more than 30 minutes at a time. So, but what should I avoid doing while sitting? Okay, some of these you guys should already know, so, but I'll just reiterate that tilting head forward, this helps prevent neck injury. Sitting without lumbar support, this helps prevent back pain. Working with arms raised, this helps prevent neck and shoulder pain. Bending wrists, this helps prevent muscle cramps. Working with unsupported forearms, this helps prevent shoulder and back pain. So yeah, those are like, try to sit properly, and if you can't, just remember to get up and stretch and do things like that. If for your periods longer than 30 minutes or so of sitting. So I'm pretty much done my presentation. Thank you for your time, and do you guys have any questions? You, young man?
What's your name?
You, sir? All right, thank you. Okay, next week, hopefully I'll have another toolbox presentation that'll be, something more relevant or just as relevant. So, thank you guys. Have a good day.